and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a really lovely thing today. We were contacted a while ago by Chris to ask for a birthday shout-out. Now, Chris wasn't asking for a birthday shout-out for himself or even for a friend of his. He was asking for a birthday shout-out for a building, because it is today. It is the 155th birthday of the Royal Albert Hall, which is one of the most wonderful venues in the whole of London. If you've never been to the Royal Albert Hall, do try and get there at some point. If you go, you can go and see one of the proms. Every year there's a season of proms concerts, which are wonderful things. And it's the most, well, I mean, many of you will know. Look at the puzzle. Look at the puzzle on the screen. It's got this sort of big domed roof. The acoustics in there these days are fantastic because of these sort of, what are they actually called? I think the puzzle even makes reference to them, or acoustic diffusers that hang from the roof. I've seen some great concerts there. I've seen Dire Straits there, Eric Clapton. Back to the Future. They do this thing where you can do where you can see a film on a massive screen, and there's a real orchestra playing the music underneath. Anyway, it's a wonderful thing, or a wonderful place to go in London, and well, so we're going to celebrate it today, and we have to thank the pedaling pianist. Who is not just one of the world's best Sudoku constructors. The pedaling pianist has also appeared in 5 proms. I think as part of a choir. So isn't that fantastic? And he's made this puzzle, and you can see there we've got a Royal Albert Hall and the acoustic diffusers, the domed roof. It is absolutely brilliant. Mark's tested this. He says it's a fantastic puzzle. And this is what we're going to do today. So happy birthday to the Royal Albert Hall. And I'll read you the rules of the pedaling pianist's puzzle in a moment or two's time. The pedaling pianist puzzle. There's quite a lot of alliteration there. Right, anyway, my mind's getting distracted by the thought of alliteration, and it mustn't. What can we talk about before we kick into the puzzle? Tomorrow night, Mark and I are going to be streaming at 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company for that. Back in the Blueprints Mansion for the 38th time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm quite looking forward to tomorrow night because it's possible that some progress might be made. At least there ought to be some opportunity to make progress after what happened last week. And then the day after that is going to be no, actually it's not. It's Wednesday, is it? I've got the days wrong. Yeah, I've got the days wrong. It's Wednesday is the 1st, isn't it? I think. Oh, now I'm going mad. Hang on, I must just check. I'm pretty sure the 29th is today, and that's the Royal Albert Hall's birthday. I suddenly thought, is it tomorrow? But it's not. It's the 29th. And then Wednesday, we just check. Wednesday is the 1st. Yeah, and Wednesday not only is it April Fool's Day, but that is the day then we've got the Sandra&Nala Sudoku Hunt going live over on Patreon. So if you'd like to be involved in that, do make sure you've joined in time. It's a couple of bucks a month to join us over there, and a whole pack of Sandra&Nala Fog Sudoku puzzles. I think you know what makes sense. Now, I've got 2 other birthdays for human beings to do today. So let me say a very happy birthday to Anne from your sister Sally. Anne and Sally have been watching the channel for so many years. It's so kind of them to do that. And you're turning 69 today. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day. And I hope the chocolate cake is very good, obviously. And then Doug's turning 58 today over there in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I am assured that Doug is planning very much on having a heavily iced chocolate cake with Rocky Road icing. And this is so cool. Doug's mother, who is 90 now, is still involved in making Doug's birthday cakes. Isn't that great? Although apparently Doug's daughter as well, with whom I think he's planning on playing some board games today, also gets involved in the cake. So it's a proper family occasion, and many happy returns, Doug. It sounds like you're in very good hands so far as the cake is concerned. I think that's all the news. Should we have a look at the Pedaling Pianist's puzzle? The rules of this one, which is called Happy 155th Birthday Royal Albert Hall, are as follows. We have got basically normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The blue R is split by a box border into 2 segments whose digits have the same sum. Okay, so what we're being told here is that those cells... Oh, my purple looks underpowered today. That's interesting. I thought my purple was normally purplier than that. Those cells are going to have the same total. Yes, definitely. It's like there's a sheen over the grid or something. I don't know how Stuart's done that, but these grey cells, I think each of those has a bit of R going through it. So those 6 cells there, you'll fill them in, and then we'll try and make the purple cells sum to the same total. That is how the R works. Now, what have we got next? Parity line. Each pair of adjacent digits on the red A must contain 1 odd digit and 1 even digit. So if this was an even digit, this would be an odd digit, and then this would be an even digit again. You oscillate parity around the A. German whispers line. That must be the H. Each pair of adjacent digits on the green H must have a difference of at least 5. So if this was a 1, this would be at least 6 in order to be sufficiently different from the digit 1. It would be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And then we've got the Fibreglass Acoustic Diffusers. A digit on a Fibreglass Acoustic Diffuser, brackets mushroom, shows how many times that digit appears on Fibreglass Acoustic Diffusers. So imagine this was a 3. That would mean that 3 of the mushroom thingies would have the digit 3 on them. And then for each Fibreglass Acoustic Diffuser, digits may not echo, brackets repeat, in the up to 4 orthogonally adjacent cells. Okay, let's just think that through. So, no, let's try and look at this one. So, what does it mean by the up to 4 orthogonally adjacent cells? That's going to be those 4. And digits may not repeat. That's weird. That's a very unusual rule, because that's not saying then that the digit in the... So imagine the digit in the acoustic diffuser was a 1. It's actually not saying anything about that digit. It's saying that in these 4 cells, you can't have a repeated digit, which is actually, therefore, meaning this cell, let's say that cell was a 2, that cell couldn't go in either of those cells. I think that is the effect of that, because this one can't repeat in any of those 3 anyway. I mean, the geometry might be different depending on the position of the acoustic diffuser, but that is a very unusual rule. And that is the end of the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play Let's Get Cracking. I'm just trying to think if I know any secrets that I can apply to any of these lines. I doubt I can, actually. I mean, I suppose I know one secret about German whispers, which is that you can't put 5 on them. So 5 in box 9 is going to have to be in this domino. And then it's going to... Oh, hang on. Does it have to be on a mushroom? I think it does. Okay. So maybe I should count my mushrooms. How many mushrooms have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right. That's okay. I can do something with that straight away, bizarrely. So, there are 15 mushrooms, which means, and the digits we place on, so say we put a 6 on a mushroom, which we actually could in theory, but that's not going to work. If we put a 6 on a mushroom, then 6 mushrooms will have 6s on them. But look at this collection of mushrooms, this fungal growth that we have in row 4. You can see there are 5 different digits there in row 4 that have to be placed on mushrooms. Well, what would happen if we populated those mushrooms with the smallest digits we possibly could? They would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that would mean that one mushroom would contain a 1, 2 mushrooms would contain a 2, 3 mushrooms are 3, 4 mushrooms are 4, and 5 mushrooms are 5. And that would use all 15 mushrooms. So actually, the thing I must check, have I actually, because sometimes I have done these puzzles before, and then I've added up the mushrooms incorrect. No, there are 15, 8, and 7 more. Yeah, so there are 15. So I don't see how it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If we change any of these numbers, we'll get a higher total, and we couldn't put a higher total in only 15 mushrooms. So, hang on, I'm going to be careful here as well, because there's something else I've thought about. Hang on, and we also know we have to put 5 5s in mushrooms. So one of those has to be a 5, because there's only 5 rows of mushrooms, so there must be a 5 here, there must be a 5 here, there must be a 5 here. There must be a 5 in one of those two, and there must be a 5 in one of those two. But also, there is one mushroom with a 1 on it. And that is in this row, isn't it? Because one of these digits is a 1. So all the rest of the mushrooms have to be not 1s, but they have to be 2, 3, 4s, and 5s. Now, can we do any better than that? I don't know. We might be able to somehow, some way. It's not obvious to me. And what were the rules about? There was a funny rule. Oh, the orthogonally adjacent cells. So for that mushroom, it would be this digit couldn't go in those 2 cells. Oof. That's a really complicated rule, actually. That feels like a late stage rule rather than an early stage rule. So maybe I've got to do, what have we got here? 4 digits versus 6 digits. It's possible that's restricted because of we've used up all of the low digits in this row, in row 4, which means we can't populate the top of the R with enormous digits. Well, we could have 1 enormous digit, but 3 of the digits, 6, 7, 8, and 9, are not available to the top of the R here. So the maximum this could be, if this was 6, 7, 8, we could put a 9 on. So we could have 9, 5, 4, 3, 20. Ah, that's beautiful. Right, okay, that's important. Yeah, let's look at the top of the R. What's the minimum? Sorry, what's the maximum we could put on there? Now, providing that 9 isn't used in this 6, 7, 8 in these cells here, we could put 9 into one of the cells, and then this would be 6, 7, 8, and that would mean that the maximum digits we'd have available for the rest of the top of the R would be 5, 4, and 3. So the absolute maximum you can make the top of the R is 21. 9 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3. What's the absolute minimum you can make the 6 cells on the bottom of the R? Well, if we pop the triangular number for 6 is 21. If we populate these cells with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they would add to 21. So that's where the equilibrium is. We've got to put 9, 5, 4, and 3 on the top of the R, which means this cell is a 2, and this cell is a 1, and this isn't a 2, so that had to be a 5, didn't it? Didn't we have to put a 5 in that row? So these aren't 5. Jeez, we're off to a decent start here. These are not 1. And these digits are 7, 8, 9. I mean, this is excessive pencil marking for me, actually. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm not impressed with the... hang on. I've thought of something else which might improve my pencil marking situation. Right. One of these mushrooms in row 4 is a 2. This is a 2. So that's 2 2s I've used on mushrooms. I'm not allowed to have any more 2s on mushrooms. So every other mushroom in the top of the grid is now 3, 4, or below. That nearly worked. Well, they are 3, 4, and 5. Now, we've got to put 5 5s on mushrooms. There's one here. There's one of these two, so that's 2. There's going to be one in this box on a mushroom, so it must be one of those two. So this is not a 5, which means one of these two is a 5, because this is a 3, 4, 5 triple. So this is not a 5. One of these is a 5. Right, so where's the 5 in box 4? And the answer is I don't know, but it does by our Sudoku appear to be in one of these 2 cells. So we can ask where 5 goes in column 2, can't we? It's going to have to be in box 7, and it's in one of 2 cells, which means we can get rid of 5 from a lot of cells on the bottom of the R. Which nearly did something for us, but then didn't. So that's not quite what we're meant to do next, I fear. Oh, where's 9? I should have done this immediately. Where's 9 in row 4? This is a 6, 7, 8 triple, so this is a 9. So 9 is on the bottom of the H, but what sort of... oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I can't quite see if that's doing something, but there is a point here, isn't there? Let's just talk about German whispers. I said you couldn't put a 5 on the whisper. I don't even know if I justified that, which is appalling of me if I didn't. I'm so sorry. You can't put 5 on a whisper because the next digit along has to be at least 5 different from 5. And if you go downwards, you get to 0, and if you go upwards, you get to 10, and those don't work from a Sudoku perspective. So no 5s on whispers. Now this means that every time you place a digit on a green line, you can identify that digit as either having the quality of being below 5 or above 5. And the crucial thing to realise is if you have a below 5 digit on a whisper, the next digit can't also be below 5 because these two can't be 5 apart. The furthest they can be apart is 1 and 4, and they're only 3 apart. So that means that if you do know that this is if you know this is a lower than 5 digit, you know the next digit's going to be higher than 5, and then you repeat that logic. This is going to be lower than 5, this is going to be higher than 5, etc. So the line oscillates around with higher than 5 digits and lower than 5 digits. Now those digits then on this line all have the same polarity vis-a-vis 5. So they're all either above 5 or below 5. But I want to look at these 4 in box 9. Because there's another pressure point that's going to arise there. Imagine these are the lower than 5 digits. Then they are a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. Well, which one of these could be a 4? 4 is quite difficult. It's not quite as difficult as 5 to put on a green line, but it's almost as difficult because it only has one natural neighbour, and that's the digit 9. If you put 4 on a green line, you have to put 9 next to it because it's the only Sudoku digit that's 5 different from it, at least. So you couldn't put 4 here or here because that would cause the line to have double 9. So the 4, if purple is low, the 4 will be in one of these. And these two digits will be will include a 9. But okay. But if purple is high, then the difficult digit is going to be the 6, because the 6 only has one natural neighbour, and that's the digit 1. So that means that either this digit or this digit is a 4 or a 6, and one of these digits is a 1 or a 9. But also, whatever's not used, so say purple was low, then you know these 3 digits, and let's just give this another colour. Let's go slightly darker maybe. You know the indigo digits here would be from the high set, but these 3 in box 9, none of those could be the 6 digit, because 6 is so difficult to place. If you put 6 in any of these cells, you'd surround it with double 1 and break Sudoku. So 6 would be in one of those. So these 2 digits include the naughty digit. They include the difficult to place digit that isn't within the purple set. And then the other one, the other of 4 and 6, will be in one of those 2, with a 1 or a 9 above it. Now, what I was wondering is, yeah, that's gorgeous actually. How could 6 be in here with 5? If 6 is in here, the reason 6 is in here is because 6 is the indigo colouring. So where are we putting 6 in this box, in box 6? 6 is indigo colouring, so it can't go in any of these cells due to a variety of reasons. It can't go in those 2. It would be here or here, where it couldn't be, because a 6 in either of those positions would be surrounded on both sides of itself by double 1. So this is 4, 5. One of these is 6. One of these is 1. But more importantly than that, what we now know is the polarity of the line. We know that purple is high, which doesn't have 6 in the middle. Could have, no, actually it can't have 6 in either of those, because they'd have 1 beneath them and this 1 would break. Oh, and hang on, these can't be 9 either. So this is 7 and 8, which are going to be next to a 2-3 pair. You can't put 4 next to 7 or 8. It's not 5 different from it. Now, if this is a 2-3 pair, these are not 3, look. And if these are not 2 or 3 now, because we've got 2 and 3 in the box. But in fact, yeah, where is the 4 in this box and the 5? They have to be in those cells by Sudoku now. So these digits don't include 4. It's amazing the way one of these top constructors can make the digits dance like this, isn't it? I think it's amazing. You know, if you set yourself the task of coming up with a Royal Albert Hall themed puzzle, it's one thing to be able to come up with a puzzle that's loosely based on the Royal Albert Hall, but it's quite another to come up with something that solves like this. We can do the 1 and the 6. And is sort of thematically coherent. It's brilliant. Now, these have to be a 1, 2, 3 triple, and that isn't a 1. So 1 is not there anymore. 6 is not in either of these cells anymore. Okay, it might have got all our progress might have stalled there. 6 is in one of those cells, which would be 6 is in one of these. Can we do anything clever with German whispers here? 7, you know, if 7 is in either of those positions, it can only be next to 1 and 2 on the line. And I would really like to know about the parity line. That would maybe in this row. Oh no, that's oh no, well maybe actually. There's a 789 triple. What's that doing? So these digits are all low. Well, low and possibly 6. I don't know actually. Bother. Oh, hang on. Maybe we go back to the mushrooms. I've got to put 4 4s on mushrooms, and I haven't put any in any of those cells. So every other box has to contain a 4. I'm going to put 1 4 in there. I could put 1 4 in there where there's also a 5. So this is a 4 5. This is a 3. So this is a 4 5, and well, that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. I hope if you ever go to the proms, you get to hear people with actual musical ability. Right, now that 3 is stopping lots of cells being a 3. Look on the region sum line. Yeah. Okay. Where's 3 on? Where's 3? Oh, where's 3 in box 4? We can just place it. Sorry, I didn't see that. So 3 in box 7 is placed. It doesn't somehow place it in box 9, annoyingly. But I'm sure we can do something with this. Let's have a think. Or maybe we can't, actually. What do I need in this row? 4, 6, 9 into those cells. Oh, it's so close to knowing that this is even, look. Oh, where's... Oh, no, that 3 is on the parity line in box 8, but not in a position that I know at all, actually. So... Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't know what to do then. I can't use that king's move thingy, can I? Because it's not the digit in the mushroom that matters. What was it? It was another digit. For each Fibreglass acoustic diffuser, digits. Oh, digits. So what you do is you look at a mushroom and then you look at the So that can't be a 2. Look, this one, because that for this mushroom there would be 2 2s in orthogonal positions. This can't be a 3 by Sudoku. Oh no, this is a strange rule. This is a strange rule. So how do we make more progress then? Don't know. I don't know what to do. It's probably this parity line somehow. What do we need to put into those cells? 7 and 8 have to appear in those cells according to the pencil marking we've got in box 5. Well, okay. 7 and 8 are not of the same parity, yet these 2 digits here ought to be of the same parity because they are spaced out along the line such that they would have the same parity. So this cell is 7 or 8 then. And then 7 or 8 is... No, it's not there actually. So this 7 or 8 is in one of those 4 cells. But again, I don't know how we deal with that. Wow. So what have I... There's something here I've not understood, isn't there? There is... Okay, there's a 459 triple in column 1, I've just noticed. Well, okay. So there's a couple of things that we can see from that. 459 means 4 comes out of these cells. So these are 1, 2, 6, which means these cells are a 4, 5 pair. Now that must... So I've now got a 4, 5 pair in row 8. Oh, I don't know. I mean, the other thing I noticed, which I'm not sure is important, but I'll mention it. In the 459 triple, you can see the 9 is in the lower domino of it, because this can't be a 9. So this can't be a 9 in box 4. So this is 4 or 5. But again, I don't think we can use the funny rule. Oh, no, I can, but not from the 5. No, that's weird. That is weird. So I've been looking at this 5 and trying to like do a king's move type restriction from here to here. And I keep thinking to myself, no, that's the wrong rule. But I can do it from that one. Because the 2 is saying you can't repeat a digit in... You can't see it very well. Those cells, you can't repeat a digit in. So this 5 would repeat if it was there. So that's a 4. Right, that's doing a little bit of things for me, look. Oh, this is gorgeous. Ah, Stuart, you have done something gorgeous now because this has become even. Let me just think about this for a second. Well, yeah, I mean, this must be important, isn't it? Because this being even means I can totally now allocate parity along the parity line. So these are both odd, so they are not 8. So this must be the 8. And if they're odd, they are from 3, 7, and 9. And they're not 3, because this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. So this is a 7, 9 pair. Oh, somehow that... No, that doesn't seem to have done anything. But anyway, then we must go to even digits. So these two are even, and they don't include 8. So these are from 2, 4, and 6, I think. Let's just stop there and see if we can see. Yeah, we can do one thing. Where's 3 in row 7? It can't be there by Sudoku. It doesn't seem to be able to be in any of those cells. Oh, it's just available. Right, okay, so this 3 on the whisper can't have 7 next to it. 3 and 7 are 4 apart, not 5 apart. So this is an 8, 9 pair. So now we've got a 6, 7. No memeing. This is not 7 anymore. If this is 8, 9, this is 7. So this is 6, 7. That can't. Neither of those can be next to 3. So which we knew anyway once we got this 3. So this is okay. This is a 1, 2 pair. That seems to give me a 6 over here. Now, so these are both even. Okay, I'm not sure what that does. Oh, I tell you something though. We've got all 4 even digits are sort of placeable approximately around the parity line because they've got to be at in these corners, don't they? In box 8. So can we do something with that? We know there's yeah, that's great. We know the 8 must be in this pair because it's not in the top pair. That's looking at this digit, so that's 9, that's 8. Now does that do... So this is now not 8. And that one isn't 6. But there's probably some mischief you can perform with the mushrooms that'll help me with that. Find that it's a strange rule. Hang on, that's a 7, so that's a 6. Look. Now, okay, so what do we need in column 1, 9? 1, 9 pair at the top of column 3. And this is a 7 or an 8 as part of a pair in column 1. And but these digits I think can be a lot of things, including 2. 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that one is important, isn't it? Am I allowed to say that cell sees all three of these, or is that bogus? This one is saying don't repeat a digit in those, so that definitely can't be 6. This one, it is lovely actually, that point. This digit is saying don't repeat a digit in those three, which means this digit effectively sees that by Sudoku, or not by Sudoku, but by Fibreglass Acoustic Diffuser rule. So if this digit can't be that one, but this digit can't be that one either, because it's in the same column, then effectively this cell is seeing a 7-8 pair. So that's a 2. And that does absolutely nothing, apparently. That's weird. But hang on. What about top of column 8, where we need 2, 7, and 8, and that is now not a 2. Yeah, I think I'd have to work. I'd have to have more experience with these fiberglass diffusers to know exactly how to approach looking at them. They feel like a funny chess restriction. But yeah, but I'm not quite seeing how to do it. 4 and 5. So in box 3 now, what do we need? We need 1, 3, 6, 9. I know this is ridiculous, but I'm just going to pencil mark that quickly. Well, and then I'm going to get rid of the 3 from those two. Yeah, that's useful. I've got a 1, 6, 9 triple in row 1. So that is not a 6. So the digits I haven't placed in row 1 are 2, 7, and 8. So that's 2, 7, or 8. And in my 1, 6, 9 triple in row 1, the 6 is in one of these two. So these two are not 6. Now, am I allowed to say neither of these could be 9 by Fibreglass Acoustic Diffuser rule? I think I am. Yeah, this one, we're saying we can't repeat a digit in those 4 cells. So if this was a 9, it would repeat. So that's not 9. And then that one I can do the same trick with. So this is a 1-3 pair, which means these are a 6-9 pair, which means this is a 1, this is a 9. 1 is now in one of those 2 cells. And I've basically got all of the low digits in row 3. I've got to put 6, 9, 7, and 8 in. And that can't be 8 by Sudoku. And I still am aware I've still got odd digits to put around the. In fact, everything in box 8 I've not placed is odd. So let's do that. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This can't be 7. None of those can be 3 actually because of this 3. This can't be 9 in this position. This can't be 5 because there's a 4-5 pair in row 8 and a 1-2 pair that I didn't see. So this can't be 1. So this is 7 or 9. Neither of those can be 5, I suppose. So is that 379? Oh, bobbins, yeah, look at that. There's a 379 triple in row 8, which means these cells 7, 9 are 1 and 5, or 1 and 5. That's no good. Although, okay, no, hang on. It gives me that cell. That's a 2, apparently. Ah, no, it gives me a bit of mushrooms as well. Okay, yeah, that does the 4 and the 6 in the middle box. So this is now 7 or 9. Okay, so is Is that doing something more? It could well be. I just have to work out quite where and how. And I'm pretty sure if I can't see, if there's nothing obvious from a Sudoku perspective, it's going to be the weird rule, the acoustic, the Fibreglass Acoustic Diffuser rule. 6-7 pair in the bottom row. So these two have to not be 6. 2, 4, 5, 8. So, no, that doesn't work. No, that didn't work either. Everything I'm trying isn't working. Can we do something with this 5 somehow? 4. 4 can come out of those two. So we're not a million miles away from something good. Five is in one of these two, but we already know that. I'm desperately looking, trying to spot something. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, here is no, that's wrong. A point I was about to make is wrong, so I can't use that. Oh, I'm sorry. No, all right. I'm not sure how much further I can do. How much logic I can do with the parity line. Okay, so probably I'm going to... hang on. That can't be 6, can it? Because that would repeat around this orthogonal diffuser thing. So that's 7, 8, or 9. So that's good. Where's 6 in the row? Aha, that's 6. So this is a 2. This is an 8. So 2, 8 here means this is a 4, and this is a 6. Now, hopefully, that's going to do more wonders for us. Hopefully. Yeah, it keeps going. That's 2, that's 1, that's 5, that's 1, that's 5, that's 4. Which means this is 4, this is 5. But now, let's go back over here. What can we do with this? In this column, we need 1, 3. This is 1, it's not 3, and it's not 9. That is 1 or 7 now. Let's try and use the acoustic diffuser on it. Okay, I don't think I can. I might be wrong. That one? No. It's really weird, this rule. This one, is that doing anything? That you can't... Oh yeah, that one is. That one, you can't repeat 9 there. It would be a bad thing. Now, I've got a 9 in row 3. So that's a 9. That's great. So that's a 7 down there. Now I've got a 3, 9 pair at the bottom. You've got to pay real attention to these diffusing things. And I think, like, for the extra rule about orthogonal neighbours, that's just not going to be relevant for, like, the 3 in the top row and the 4 in the top row, because you could never repeat a digit in their orthogonal neighbours anyway. See, that one... No, that's even wrong. I keep trying to use it as a king's move restriction. All right, what about that one? Those two can't be the same. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, I'm going to do that. That's relatively straightforward. This one here, let's just give it a quick greenage. Now, what that's telling us is that these two are different. I don't know which is which. Let's make one of them orange and one of them yellow. But they must be different, otherwise they would repeat around this acoustic diffuser. But if these are different... Oh... No, then I was going to try and... What I was about to say is not right. So that's orange then. So that digit in this box is in one of... Oh, that doesn't work. So this is yellow. This probably isn't how to do it. No, hang on. Can I use that diffuser then? Oh, I can. Oh, that's sick. Right, that's much more complicated than I'd realised. Much more complicated. Right. What we can do is we can combine this one and this one together on this cell, I think. These are definitely different. But that one, let me just give that a colour. Oh, that's a terrible colour. Let's try blue. No, blue's okay. Now this one is saying that this cell can't be the same as the orange cell. Well, it definitely can't be the same as the yellow cell either. I thought I'd seen this in a different way, but I realised the way I'd seen it before was just wrong. But this does work. This blue one is basically saying that can't be orange, which actually I suppose is a different way of saying where's orange in this box. Now, if this can't be orange, and orange is 1 or 3, then by Sudoku, the only cell that can be orange is that one, and that's a 3. Another way of saying it would be to say that this digit is seeing 1 and 3, because it's seeing both of those via the medium of the acoustic diffusers. So this is a 7, I think. And this is a 3, which means these are both 3. These are both 1. This is apparently now 1. And those two can be together because they aren't probably affected by acoustic diffusal nonsense. So this is a 2. Now, so that's a 7 by Sudoku. That's good. Oh, I see. Maybe I could have got that 6 before. I just didn't see it. This is an 8. This is a 7. This is a 2. And this... No, I can't. I keep trying to do the same thing and doing it wrong. I'm now trying to say this can't be a 5 because it's next to that one. That's just not how the rule works. Can't repeat a digit in those. Can't repeat a digit in those. Can't repeat a digit in those. Okay, so probably... can I do these? Yeah, I can do a bit more in these columns. So I've done the first 6 columns now. Oh, I see, but I get a 3 here. That's going to help the whisper, is it? 3, 2. 3 can't be next to 7 on a whisper, so the 8 and 7 get resolved, which does the 7 and the 6. Now 6 has to be next to 1 on a whisper. Now I'm going to get deadly patterned here, aren't I? I've got a bad feeling I'm about to get deadly patterned, which is okay, but that has got a diffuser on it, which means that this can't be a 4, or it would repeat in the orthogonal neighbours. So that does part of the deadly pattern. Oh, and the 6 does the other thing. That's great. That is a really clever puzzle, actually. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Loved it. Loved it. What a fantastic birthday present. I hope the building appreciates it fully. That's very clever, Pedaling Pianist. Really, really lovely. And an unusual rule for an unusual structural feature, I would argue. And happy birthday, Royal Albert Hall. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.